Wakenya kiboko yao. Wakenya kiboko yao. Asanteni. Sisi ndio dawa yao. And they know it. I deeply love our country, as you do, and like so many before who have sacrificed for us to be here today. From the Mau Mau, the Land and Freedom Army who fought for our country for independence. From the 60s, Pio Gamapinto, who was killed 64, Tom Mboya 69, JM Karaoke in the 80s, Andugosi, and many others who came before us, and the people who met in this same room for many years to fight our new Katiba. The Katiba we have today came through toil, bloodshed, and tears. And now we must work together to ensure that it lives to spirit. Friends, our country is broken and in danger of becoming a failed state. The truth is, things are depleted and depressed for our people. Nothing is hardly working in this country. A vast majority of us are struggling with the crippling high cost of living. Taxes are choking us to death, driving families deeper into poverty, and forcing businesses to close shop. We are being forced to tighten our belts, but I ask you, for how much longer are we going to tighten our belts? Due to the hard times, you sometimes hear Kenyans jokingly say, in a painful way, leo tunakondea wapi? Kwa sababu kila siku tunakonda, as they grow fatter and fatter, Kenyans are becoming thinner and poorer every single day. And that's why we're here, because we have the power and we must change the direction of our country. To make matters worse, we have to take loans just to buy food. Nani hapa anafuliza? Nani ako nafuliza? Angalia, almost everyone here ako nafuliza. That's true. Hata wenye jonu mkono ako nafuliza. Yeah, about 8 million Kenyans have accessed Fuliza. And they're not doing Fuliza to do business. Wanafuliza, wanunua chakula, na wapate kitu kukula. Our economy is not working because the money that we pay as taxes is stolen every day. There's money for helicopters, there's money for buildings, there's money for phantom projects, but there's no money for our kids to go to school. You know, when I was growing up, at least exams were free. Now they're saying you go to school, you pay school fees, and exams you have to pay for. There's money for everything else apart from Kenyans, and that's why we're here. Our taxes are wasted, and the reckless borrowing is not enough to finance the lifestyle of a few greedy men and women in power. Our political class are the highest paid in the world, but still can't keep their itchy fingers off our coffers. Today, 8,300 Kenyans own 99% of this country. They own the companies, they own the land, they own everything in this country. The other 1%, the 99% of us, own only 1% of this country. So 8,000 people own the entire country, the rest of us own 1%. And it is not enough. Even the money that should be for serving us is now in their hands. And so, as it gets worse and worse, our national debt has ballooned. Between 63 and 2013, our national debt was 1.9 trillion shillings. Today, our national debt is 11.5 trillion without any justification or corresponding development. Every child born today in this country is born into debt. When you go home and you and your partner or your wife and you make love and you have this bundle of joy, comes as a bundle of debt. Siku hizi ukizaa unazaa deni. Because your child is born into debt, every single person in this country owes 230,000 shillings, every single person, the equivalent of 5-year rent in Kibera, where 250,000 people live in shanty homes. So, comrades, where do we go? Unemployment is very high, and there's no hope in sight. Our children nowadays have to write their own obituaries before they go to the streets, because standing up for your country can get you killed. And what can you say about our children who are forced to sell their bodies for food or sanitary pads?